It's mid-January 2020. Dad's doing okay, doing his best, continuing with the life the way that he knows best, with his mates playing pool at Bill's Bar. I'm on a flight to Blenheim, at the top of New Zealand's South Island, to see my sister Karen. Karen kept to herself for some time late last year, given Dad's brain cancer, that she too has cancer, breast cancer. I'm coming down to give her some support.
So I'm here at Blenheim Airport. What's today?
29th of March. January.
So chemo for Karen has clearly done something to her brain.
Absolutely, chemo brain.
And I've checked in with Karen towards the end of her chemo, and she's been incredible. She's family looking after her, and pretty much there's nothing to worry about really. So how's the journey been for you?
A positive journey, if anything. Only got 2 more chemos left, one on tomorrow and then another one on the 20th of March, and then I should work, first week of March when I have my op, and then, off work for 4 weeks and then back to work full-time, hopefully in June, done and dusted, and that's part of my life sorted. It's been learning, if anything.
When you first found out that you had breast cancer and you needed to go through this journey, were you scared, and what have you learned as a result of going through it?
No, I wasn't scared, definitely wasn't scared. Not afraid of death, so I think that's made a difference. I think it's a process, and I think it's taught me to let things go, not to worry about making your bed or people accept you for who you are, not what you have. And I think what I've learned is I don't need to keep striving for something that I want, that I think I should need to be accepted in the world, because people like you for who you are, not what you have. Yeah, it doesn't matter if we're rich or poor, what colour we are. And I think there's some incredible human beings out there and very kind people. That's what I've learned. Yeah.
What surprised you about how people have reacted?
The kindness. Yeah. And I've learned that it can be an isolation world in your own head. I've learned that people treat you differently with cancer in a nice way, but they're also scared of how to treat you.
And so for any other woman or man for that matter who might have a new diagnosis of breast cancer, what's your advice to them around the journey they're about to take?
I think let your family in. Make sure you've always got someone at chemo, because it diverts you. And I think more than one person, so every hour make sure someone else comes with you. Don't do it on your own. Breathe through it. Get up every day, get out. Don't sit there and feel sorry for yourself. I think that's the key. And carry on working if you can, because I think that's a good focus. And be open as you can. Let the doctors tell you what you need to do, and then just get on with it. And just remember it's only 6 months of your life, and then you've got the rest of your life to go. And don't be afraid of it, because you're only going to vomit. You're only going to feel the worst you've ever felt in your life. But there's people out there to help if you're feeling like that. Just get up. Get up every day. No matter how you feel, get dressed. I think if you can almost detach yourself from that journey for 6 months, that's what will get you through. Don't emotionally get yourself too caught up in it. I do think the less you know, the better. Definitely.
Now why is that? For someone watching who might be thinking, Rhea, that's a bit strange.
Because every website will tell you something different, and everyone's journey is different. And every chemo, there's 18 different types of breast cancer, and every chemo is different. And everyone's body will react differently. Yeah, absolutely. Some people might not get any side effects, and some people will get the worst. Yeah, and eat well, and walk, and drink lots of water. Still live your life. Don't change. Be who you are. Just don't worry so much, I think.
How did you cope with your hair loss? What did you do about that?
I just put a hat on. Put a hat on. Don't sit there and look at yourself in the mirror, because then that can make you upset. Yeah, hair loss is probably the most significant, but it's only for a week. And then you can be whoever you want. You can be Dolly Parton, you can be blonde, you can be red. It's only hair, it grows back. It's only hair. You're not losing a limb, you're only losing hair.
Where can people go if they need some support if they've got a new diagnosis, what do you find online is best for them to go to in New Zealand?
The Breast Cancer New Zealand site. You can go to your Cancer Society, they've got really good information. There's books for children, there's books for yourself. You can go and read up Look Good, Feel Good, and people can actually join that. I'm doing mine on March the 9th, and there's 12 women that do it, and they teach you how to put makeup on, and they give you a whole lot of products and things like that. Yeah, go to your friends, go to your families. Talk to your oncology about what supports there are. There's a lot of supports out there. But just utilise your family and friends around you. That's what I think.
Any last words you'd have to someone who might be watching this randomly who is about to go on the journey?
Just stay focused and remember it's only 6 months to a year of your life. Yeah, don't get emotionally attached to it. Like, yeah, because it's only breast, it's only lungs, it's, you know, your life's more important. It's only here. And everyone will tell you different things, and everyone's experience will be different, and everyone will think someone else is worse. No matter if you're stage 1, stage 4, chemo is the same. It destroys everything inside your body. But you learn, your body resets, and you get your nails, you get good skin. It's resetting every 3 weeks when you have chemo. But some people have it every week. Some people don't, yeah. Life's too short, just got to get on with it. Yeah.
Well, you've certainly shown a lot of resilience. I'm incredibly proud of you as a brother, and as you know, we've been going through Dad with his journey of brain cancer as well at the same time, and you've shown incredible strength, and I know that we're all very incredibly proud of you, so well done, and thank you for sharing that little bit of the story, because it will help other women. But remember, guys can get breast cancer as well, so take Karen's little journey and advice there, and do what you think is best for you, and all the best.
I think, no, go and look at a dozen of lemons of breast cancer. It shows you a lot of different signs, but I think they need to develop an actual breast and start putting it into schools so people actually know what they're feeling, because a lot of people think, oh no, that's just nothing. And remember, it's not always a lump that you find first.
To go the chemo, what's the process like? What would someone need to, what do you expect?
So you walk in, they show you what seat to sit in. You can get upgraded to the window seat, which I am now. You have to warm up your veins, so you put your arms in a basin. So you warm up your veins so they're red, and then you sit on your chair, and then they find a needle. Some people have ports because their veins aren't very good, and then they usually put a needle in here, IV. It's always there or there. It's not in here, it's not up there. And then before you have that though, you have to have your bloods every 3rd week. So 2 days prior, you have to see your oncologist, so they make sure your bloods are fine before you can have chemo again, because if your bloods aren't fine, you're not allowed to. You get there, and depending on what type of chemo you're having, and usually every 3 weeks, you're there from 9 to 1:30.
How long did it take you to get better after each round?
We usually feel side effects to about Sunday, because you stop taking your medication Monday morning, like all your steroids and stuff, and then you come down off it because you don't have any pills.
And during that time, when you feel like you're at your sickest,
yeah,
what support is best?
You just got to rest, and people popping in 20 minutes even, because it diverts your brain, and you just talk about something completely different. But you only really feel shit out of that 10 day, because your risk factors for 10 days, so it means you can get infections, you can get someone's cold, because your immune system's completely down. And on the Friday after chemo, you inject yourself with some, I think it's to do with your blood counts or something, and a needle that tops you up a bit, because your immune system, then yeah.
How important were visitors for you during that period?
I think it's important. Most people stay away from that period thinking you're really sick, but it diverts your brain. So yeah, if you can get out and get up. But usually from Monday you go downhill. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be my worst days, and then Friday I start coming up. Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday I'm back at work. So it's only 10 days, but there's only really 3 that you shit. Well,
and so to have the odd visit is a good thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes, everyone's side effects are different.
So your final thoughts for particularly women who may be in a position which you've gone through, and potentially could lose their breasts. What are your final thoughts to those women around encouragement around going through that?
Well, you're better off losing your breasts than losing your life. So, they're only breasts. If you're lucky enough to already have children and have a partner, it's not that important. And you can get reconstruction. It just takes a few years for that. Some people get offered straight away like I had, but I'm at an age where I don't need them. It doesn't bother me. They're not important as your life, because your children are more important. Yeah. So if you can get them off, get them off. Yeah. Good to go to Nelson.
See ya.
See you soon, buddy. Be good. Thanks, good.
It's now February 2020 and I head back to Christchurch. My sister Julie is over and it's time to catch up with her and my parents and celebrate my brother's 50th. Little did we know that only a few short weeks later, COVID-19, the coronavirus, would arrive in New Zealand, and it would be mostly impossible for most of us to see each other for quite some time, this being the last possible visit for Julie for 2020.
In which Polson Street was part... Shit. Oh, I can't do this now.
Alright, I'll turn it off.
It sounds like a good idea.
What would you do with it?
Do with what?
With a mobility scooter?
I'd use it.
Yeah, but what would you use it for?
Just gives you
Go
independence.
into the shops.
Being able to go to the shops.
And at the moment, by not
Being
having...
able to go.
Yeah, because I mean, at the moment you're just too tired, and then using your walking stick, you can only go so far on there. Because
Being
the
able
shops,
to go.
yeah. Well, you've been stuck with not being able to do anything. I think it's a brilliant idea.
But to get the regular mall, I have to get 2 buses. And then cart all the bloody groceries home. Like, I went to... I got home and went to Horsell shops yesterday, but you still have to cart 2 bags of groceries home, and by the time I get from my bus stop to the home, I'm back,
Oh, it's exhausting.
And a mobility scooter would help you.